glorious Sunday night. We're actually recording only 15 minutes behind schedule. Not bad.
We made it. We made it. I'm doing pretty good, Adam. It's good to see you again,
Nice.
sir.
I'm happy one of us is inside a house tonight.
That's true.
Or an apartment.
Me too. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah. One has a nice video, one has a car video. Fun times.
I look like I'm a car.
Transformers. Damn.
It's a transformer.
Oh boy. So this is our weekly news show here, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Yes,
pretty much
happy to have you.
Yeah. We're gonna give you some buttery news. Hopefully you haven't heard it. If you have, hopefully get a fresh perspective on it.
Just pretend, just enjoy the experience. Maybe our flavor will be a little more entertaining than the read you might have had before. Who knows? Not knocking anybody writing any fantastic stories. Just this one's a little more interactive. We'll toss something back to you.
And I'm excited. We got a lot of really kick-ass stuff tonight.
That we do. Yes,
yeah,
I'm excited. Some let's see. I'm sorry. I had my note for something else to start with, and now I completely lost it. But I guess before we dive into every story, why not do this up front? If you haven't already, please go and find us on your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit. We're in Discord too. Come find us there. We like posting the link to that. Come check out what we have to offer. There's past episodes, videos on YouTube. There's the clips right over here on Twitch right now that you should go check out.
Previous news episodes.
Yeah. See what you missed. See if there's anything fun now you get to look forward to.
Or if you want a break from this Twitch world, we're living over on YouTube as well.
Yes, we are. Yeah. It's brand fresh new start for us. So bear with us as we're still scratching the surface of these platforms, but we're breaking ground here.
And every week you can find a new movie review episode podcast on pretty much any platform that you download podcasts. But we like to promote Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, all those fun places. Just search Movie Toast News and Reviews and we'll pop up, even though there's no reviews there because we get you news right here.
That's right. That's absolutely right. We're bringing it to you right now.
And if you can read down at the bottom, if you're not blind and just listening, or if you're not squinting, if you're looking on a tiny camera phone, I don't know why you'd be looking on a camera, but you'd be on a phone.
You might be looking on a camera. I don't know. We're not going to tell you how to watch it.
But we do have the scroll telling you where to catch us on a camera. To get all those Pokemon.
Yes. That is, I apologize. I was just so excited. I'm trying to keep up with you folks in chat. All of you.
All of you 0 viewers.
Yep, talking to myself.
Hopefully we're gonna be okay. It doesn't matter because we're here to talk to each other, man, and whoever watches this video in the future. We're speaking to you from the past. Oh, see, that's a concept, right? Right now they're like, "Where's the news?" We're 3 minutes in. You guys are just bumbling around, but it's been a couple of days since we've talked, and it's been a week since we've done a live show.
It has. We're excited just to kind of be in front of all of you again. So
yeah. But
sorry about that.
Should we kick off the news for our future viewers? All right, guys. So this week, Disney is getting ready. They're getting down to business to release Mulan.
That's right, and they gave us what the business is, and it's
a lot of business.
It's a hefty price tag for that business. Now, also being a Disney Plus subscriber, it's been nice when, like the last time they gave us Onward, when it should have been released in theater. That was good move on Disney's part. I appreciate the fact that you're acknowledging, hey, we still want to see your stuff when we can't go out to see it right now.
Not only Onward, we also got Artemis Fowl, which, as if you watch or listen to our podcast, was not a huge fucking movie that we love. But hey, it was supposed to come out in the theaters this summer, and they dropped it on Disney Plus. Same thing with the movie you love that you watched. Well, not movie, but a musical. Good old Hamilton. They dropped that. That was supposed to be a theatrical release.
Yeah, that's true. Which that honestly, I would still be willing to see in a theater. Not even the play, but like the experience of seeing it on a big screen with the surround and everything, I feel like that would be a lot of fun still. I would.
Yeah, actually hearing
pay
the
money
music blasting.
Yeah.
Insulting you. But what are they planning to do here with Mulan, Dennis? That is catching people off guard.
Those who are already Disney Plus subscribers will now have the option to purchase a premium copy or have premium access to Mulan by charging you another $30 to add it to your library. So is this the beginning of a new trend of becoming a very like a VOD service instead of actually giving us all the films? I get in this circumstance, like this is a heavy investment. Mulan's something you really wanted to be making your money back, and internationally, like this was something that was going around the world. Obviously, they were hoping for hundreds of millions of dollars because I believe what was the budget? Have they said 200 million or something like?
Yeah, it was something astronomical. And this was supposed to be one of our first movies leading us into the summer that they pushed back multiple times. And a few weeks ago, they indefinitely suspended its release. But you know, I gotta give Disney a little I gotta give Disney a little bit of props here. They're selling it for $30, which seems hefty to watch a new movie. If it was a rental, I'd be kind of pissed because I've been spending $20 on rentals for reviews and not being able to keep them, and that kind of sucks. But the fact that it's $30 and you're getting to keep it as long as you keep Disney Plus, which is a little bit of an issue. If someone cancels it, then they're out the Mulan. But $30 is essentially 2 movie tickets to see this movie. So there, you got to think about all the families that were going to go to the theater. Maybe there's 4 people, 3 people. As long as there's more than a couple, you're getting your money's worth, I feel like.
Absolutely. Yeah, especially the multi-family member homes. You know, when there could easily be 6-8 people in a house right now, they're all kind of driving each other crazy. That would be a fun experience. Yeah, all getting to settle around a big release blockbuster like that. And I'll admit right here, and I'm sure you can have figured that out in the past, I'm very much looking forward to this movie. I do have very high hopes for it. I feel like there's little reason to believe it'll be a bad movie. So
I mean, there's a lot of controversy out there right now because they don't have a Mushu character. They don't have music. But you know what? It does have originality. Everyone's pissed that these movies, the Disney animation to live action, is just a shot-for-shot remake, lamely done. But this looks like it's going to be like a martial arts, kung fu style movie, which is being taken seriously.
Tone. Yeah, I like that. It's actually looking like it's trying to tackle the subject, the seriousness of the subject matter without the fluff. Nothing against it. The fluff is nice once in a while, but this is refreshing to hear in their landscape. It's showing us Disney's not afraid to deliver more stories of the style. Not everything needs to be the prince, princess, king, queen, flying dragon. Let's have more realistic stories like this. The live action films. Let's get back into it. I want to get back to enjoying this genre again. Let's dig into it. I will
say it's kind of a weird time that they give this release information because they also put out a story this week saying that they have blown past their expectations for the Disney Plus service. Like I think they're where they were projecting to be in 5 years, I think.
Oh Jesus! Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they're already ranking in money but unfortunately because of the coronavirus and people being at home and lockdowns. But
why not?
Yeah, but I mean,
they got a solid library. So I apologize. No,
you're good. You're good. I feel bad. It's just they said, we're gonna have another streaming service coming soon. It's like, what the hell is that gonna be? But it's like you're now asking us for $30, and then you're bragging about having great numbers. What's going on here, Disney?
Maybe it's the recognition of this new landscape. Now you need to have this kind of safety net built into how you're budgeting your films out for the year.
Yeah.
What if you do got to shut down production for 6, 9, 12 months? Or what if you do have this film already done, then boom, now we don't have theaters to release it to. They need to have that plan. How do they get it back in front of their audience in a manner they're still going to enjoy, but the studio is still going to be getting their money back for that broad release. Now, this kind of tiered, you can pay if it did work out like that, where you paid for it, the access right off the bat, but then maybe 6 months later they add it to the general library.
Yeah.
If that was some type of trade-off, like there will be those folks that will all, I already pay for the subscription. I'm not paying any more on top of that, which that's fine. And they cater to that crowd. And I myself am very much a member of that group of people. But seeing something like this, although $30 sounds like a lot, and admittedly there's only 3 of us in the home, $10 a person to see a brand new theatrical movie.
Not bad.
And it's always on the account. Yeah. I mean, I may not be against that. I'm still haven't fully decided yet, but.
And this still opens us up to bigger possibilities. Maybe if theaters are still shut down and the world's in disarray in a couple of months, maybe they'll be like, let's actually put Black Widow out. Let's put other big movies out. Because right now they've been doing the same thing with Black Widow. That was supposed to come out months ago. And now it's been pushed back. And it's like, people want to see these things. Let's do it. I know they can't do the New Mutants because a lot of people are like, why is the New Mutants just not dropping on Hulu or Disney Plus? And I believe there's a contractual thing when they bought Fox. They had said their movies had to screen in theaters first, so they're kind of fucked on that. But with their own movies, they could do whatever. So it's like, we could maybe mainstream some movies, get them the money that they would have made. And then the fact is, opposed to just paying for it for a rental, we're owning it for indefinite amount of time.
Exactly. Yeah. I'd feel better about. I mean, there's the idea of paying outright fully for the movie off the bat, but what if that's what we need to change about how we think about it? What if instead of just going to the theater to see a movie and then that's the only time you see it, you're paying to permanently have access to that movie, and that's it. Bad. The transaction's done. It's you're already paying. If you and one other person almost brings it up to $30 just for that one viewing experience. Now, down the road, maybe that means the cost of actually going to the theater may go up. But with what it sounds like the potential for studios acquiring the theaters again, we'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah, this week there's also been news about theaters. Now they've passed the Paramount law has been abolished, and now it means studios can have their own theaters again and just show their own movies and just pretty much four-wall everything, which is kind of cool and kind of scary at the same time. And like you were saying, raising the prices. I believe AMC just announced when they open up, they're going to hike up ticket prices because they're going to clean the theater out after every showing and it costs more money. It's like, that's cool, but now you're charging us to do something that you should do on a regular basis anyway.
Yeah, something that probably should have already been done. And it's like, now it's like, that sounds like we're getting punished for what should have already been standard practice. And the control of how we're viewing these movies, it would be nice to then not have outrageous costs. I don't want to have to be worrying about all the snacks and garbage and all that crap. I hope they cut that out. I want one of these chains to open up and they don't even offer that stuff. You just have to watch it. God forbid you go to a theater and you just got to watch a movie.
No way.
Just watch a movie.
What am I going to do with my bunch of crunch, Dennis? What am I doing then?
It's going to melt in the car. It's just going to make a big old mess in your glove.
It's going to be like a splattering of blood, some might say, for some people, which brings us into our next story. Lionsgate has 2 rounds in the clip with Mr. John Wick ready to go.
That's right.
I wish we had that. We just had another viewer a second ago, and we lost him. It would have been a great time to whip that out, and maybe they would have stuck around. Yeah. But whatever.
Oh, well.
Future people, we're talking to you guys.
That's right. You're the audience.
So, pretty much Lionsgate already announced that they were going to have a John Wick Chapter 4, or I don't know what they'll end up calling it. That was already slated to go in production and whatnot. And now, the other day, they just announced that they're going to do a John Wick 5, and they're going to shoot back-to-back with John Wick 4. John Wick 4.
Even more money.
Yes. And this is a big franchise for them. Like, they took a chance giving Keanu his own, like, Hitman-style movie, and it resonated well with people. And, I mean, like I said, they even have a show called The Continental coming out, which is a whole spin-off about a whole society that takes place in the movie. So I'm kind of excited. I know you haven't seen any of the John Wick trilogy yet, but There's a franchise coming, man.
And it's not on purpose. I swear to God, it's not. It's just one of those.
It sounds like it's on purpose.
Slips through the cracks. I'm sorry, Mr. Reeves. I know you're going to be watching this, and I'm here to apologize. You will be getting some of my money.
He was the viewer we just had, and he left because we weren't talking about this.
Right? We didn't get to the story fast enough.
Thank God he left to hear that you haven't seen any of these movies.
Look, I do promise to see them, as with the upcoming Matrix film that also has been slated. And you know what? There's a plethora of Keanu Reeves potential roles that I'm very excited for. I would like to toss some more fuel in the fire of the potential Revan storyline in the Star Wars hopeful film for the Old Republic. Let's see you in the Star Wars films, Keanu.
Speaking of Keanu Reeves comeback movies, they just announced this week that they're actually releasing Bill and Ted Face the Music a couple of days early. Now it's coming out at the end of this month, opposed to the beginning of September. So that's kind of cool.
We're getting our hands on it a little sooner. I'm excited for that. Even more Keanu. Let's have it. Have it. No, folks, go back and check the Keanu Network. That's what we need. That's what we need to get going. Those of you who have not seen our trailer talk of the Bill and Ted's third installment, please go and check it out. It looks like a very fun movie. I'm genuinely interested in what that has to offer.
Yeah, so head over to YouTube, search for Movie Toast News and Reviews, subscribe, and then check out the playlist Trailer Talk and search for Bill and Ted Face the Music. It's top notch. One of our finest episodes.
Oh yeah,
if I do say so myself.
No, that is. I agree, sir. That is definitely my favorite so far.
So I don't know. Should we move on? We good? I feel like John Wick.
John Wick.
Even more. Hopefully, he has more dogs. Maybe he'll have puppies in this next two movies.
Extra wiki.
Yeah. Boy. Where was a good transition on that? John Wick. He's an assassin.
If only we had some guidance. You know, a leader to take us into the next.
Like a captain, a general.
A general, kind of like the director of the next Captain Marvel film.
What?
They have named Nia DaCosta has been dropped as the upcoming director for the second Captain Marvel film. It's pretty cool news. This is the one who has also just directed Jordan Peele's new Candyman project, which has gotten a lot of hype. So this could be pretty cool. This is someone who has a clear understanding of building a story that is going to be reliant on tension, action, visceral experience. So this will be interesting. I'm intrigued by this.
Hell yeah! And I love the fact that Marvel is sticking with the fact, let's have a female director come in and do Captain Marvel. Let's not give it to some guy. It's like, hey, it worked great with Wonder Woman and Patty Jenkins. Let's do it with our franchise. Which I sound rude saying that. I bet there was probably a fantastic director who did Captain Marvel. Hopefully it was a woman. If not, whatever. Still a great movie, I guess.
Yeah, and I if anything, at the very least, there's going to be a perspective into telling a woman's story that I feel like, a man's not necessarily going to understand. That's going to be better understood by a female director who, as an audience member, it feels awesome. There's cohesion, there isn't just something slapped on because you were told it was supposed to be there, or this is the plot element. It's like everything melts together. I don't know.
Yeah.
It helps. It really shows. Congrats to you, Marvel Cinematic Universe, the whole Disney Marvel shebang. This is the right move.
I believe there was a rumor this week. Hopefully it was this week. Oh man, I just realized we haven't been citing our sources. This one that we're telling you now came from Deadline, I believe. Yes. But there's also a rumor floating around. This is could be taken with a major grain of salt, that Captain Marvel 2 might act as like a miniature Avengers movie. So we're going to see a bunch of other characters come into the mix, which is kind of cool. Yes. Talk that maybe Camilla Khan might come into the mix, which is what is that? Miss Marvel, who's supposed to be getting her own show. So that could be kind of cool.
It'll be nice to finally see a lot of these other really big Marvel characters finally start to show face. Like other people that honestly should have had a bigger presence, or realistically, you can't incorporate everybody into every movie. But now that you have the Disney muscle behind the Marvel Studios, you should start seeing some fresh Marvel blood up there. Start seeing some cool characters that a lot of people have already been fans of for decades. So.
And like we saw in Avengers Endgame, spoiler alert, we see some of the Avengers have children, and there's been talk about the new Avengers being a show, which is going to be kind of cool. Not a show. They're talk about the new Avengers taking place with like the children of the Avengers becoming Avengers. So it's like maybe teenagers being superheroes. I don't know.
There you go. I was for let's get in. I now I'm just repeating myself, but getting new characters and new blood into the movies is awesome.
Not bad.
I'm all for it. Yeah, as much as I love a Spider-Man movie, I am always going to be up for seeing some other faces on screen. There's a lot of good team ups. Let's get those other characters that are going to make great team ups with.
You know what?
We do know.
If we go back a beat to the last story here. There's some talk that Ryan Reynolds, well, no, not Ryan Reynolds. Some talk that good old Keanu Reeves may be in store to be a character in the Marvel universe who we haven't seen in this iteration of the Marvel universe.
Yeah,
Mr. Ghost Rider.
Hell yeah, that's intense. And to an even deeper dive into previous episodes, I forget the number, but when the tidbit was dropped of there being a Ghost Rider production going on, that things were being assembled for it, could this have been the Keanu Reeves Ghost Rider film?
No. This is the beauty here, man. That was a tidbit brought straight from me. That was a Movie Toast exclusive. There was that character Ghost Rider. I believe it was like Robbie Reyes or something. He was on the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There was going to be a Hulu series of that with the same character.
Gotcha.
That was in production, and there may have been a cinematographer that I might have been in the presence of who might have mentioned he was hired to work on it. They had sets made, and then Kevin Feige came in and said, yeah, bringing that little character into my own fucking sandbox. Yeah.
Here we are. And
how badass would that be? Keanu Reeves being a fucking
fuck yeah,
flaming skull badass.
Oh yeah, and I feel like he has the charisma, he has the demeanor that he could easily carry Johnny Blaze. He could pull that off. Awesome.
He's Johnny Blaze, man.
What is it makes me curious though. What era of his life is this? Is this this is a long-standing Ghost Rider?
I'd hope so. I'm sad. I honestly wish that they would have brought Nick Cage back in. But, I mean, if we don't have Cage, that's cool, man. Give us fucking Keanu.
Hell yeah. I say it again. I'll watch some more Keanu movies. Obviously, that's what I'm going to catch up on. But
rumors that Ryan Reynolds, they might want him to come in as Deadpool to be with Ghost Rider, which I don't know how that would work, but I'd sure as hell love to see that. Keanu Reeves and Ryan Reynolds coming together.
It's already comedy.
Silent guy, and then you got the guy running his mouth.
The super serious flaming skull is just going to turn and look at this son of a bitch and just, did you really say that? You know, I can already, I already feel the comedy starting to well up from the script. Like,
oh yeah,
I'd go watch that in a heartbeat, especially if we'd still need to get Disney back into the R-rated Marvel comic universe. Something that I know they've been trying to find a place for, which they know there's always going to be that audience. Well established. We're going to come see it. But how are we integrating this into the Disney family is still the question up in the air. I feel like it's probably won't be that much longer. Tough, yes, but how long can you sit on those properties, honestly, before some people will start either losing interest or someone else is going to get to a similar property first? And we just start getting that kind of entertainment from somewhere else. R-rated not Star Wars. You get shit. Another franchise that someone else besides fucking Disney owns. So it will happen. You got to jump on it now.
Yeah. Well, the iron's hot. Well, the skull is still on fire.
Skull's on fire.
Jump on that. Good. But to go along with that story, which is a rumor, it's floating around the internet. It's not anything major.
Yeah.
But to stick with Ryan Reynolds being there, there's some Ryan Reynolds news floating around, kind of some jokey stuff, but it's like, will we maybe see Ryan Reynolds back as Green Lantern in iteration of Ryan Reynolds Justice League? That'd be something.
Ryan Reynolds, yeah, the Ryan Reynolds.
Boy. Well, he did make a trailer for the Justice League with
he did.
the Green Lantern.
It is something, yeah.
He's just not the Green Lantern that we know in that one. It's Mr. Tom Cruise. But he went on to tweet this week saying that, well, I don't have the tweet in front of me. I probably should, but I don't. But pretty much it was like, am I in Zack Snyder's Justice League cut? Some might say I am.
I will actually, I would like to point out, that actually goes back one step further with the statement started by The Rock. Telling him. The Rock had a tweet saying Ryan Reynolds will be Hawkman. He is Green Lantern. He is Deadpool. The father of whose daddy is he? I forget. That was the part of the quote I found rather entertaining. But in response to that tweet, yes, that's when Reynolds came back with the apparently I am Hawkman and Black Adam, and maybe I am in the Snyder cut, but I don't know. I'm
kind of jokey, but there have been rumors floating around in the world entertainment industry that we're gonna see him come back for this, because we know that there was a point that Zack Snyder wanted to have Green Lantern in there, and the fact that Ryan Reynolds has poked fun a lot at Green Lantern, but at the same time, this is a one and done kind of movie, because they said Zack Snyder's Justice League cut is gonna stand on its own. So it's like, what's he to lose to go in a couple of days and shoot Green Lantern again? Yeah,
really. And it's already been established that has been done. No one said who it was. There hasn't been much announcement. They've already tipped off. They've added characters that were always intended to be there. Mm-hmm. Who those people may be. Maybe there's a chance Reynolds might come as an entirely different DC character that fans have wanted to see present or represented in the series. And I feel like that's just as likely. That's very possible. Mm-hmm. We're just gonna have to wait and see what lands on HBO when that finally drops.
Well, there's also, I mean, this isn't anything to do with that, but there's also going to be a Green Lantern show on HBO Max as well. But that's not going to be Ryan Reynolds. It could be crossed over with the Arrow show on CW that just ended, because in the finale, one of the characters finds a glowing green thing that just popped out of the sky right at the end of the show. Series finale, so it's like, that could and it's being show run by the same guy. But I don't know where I'm getting with that.
No Kryptonite? Maybe Kryptonite?
Well, no, because we already kind of have a lot of fucking. They're already doing the Superman show. Yeah,
they've already done that stuff.
It's more highly, They kind of gleam at it without saying it exactly.
Gotcha. Okay. See, I do not follow what I've read online to be called the Arrowverse. So can you give me a quick, what's the difference between the Arrowverse and the rest of the DC media
it's funny you asked me this, because I just finished watching this whole Arrow series. But it's funny because now there's nothing different really, because initially it started with Arrow, then they did a backdoor pilot for The Flash, and then that led into a Supergirl show, and that led into Legends of Tomorrow, and that led into so many random streams and stuff. Black Lightning, but and then there's so many random shows, but all these characters take place on different Earths and different planets. Well, they're Earth, but different versions of Earth.
But
somehow they can always travel back and forth when need be. And in this last Crisis episode, crossover episode thing happened. They all came together, and all the universes were destroyed, but they reset the world, and all these characters are on the same Earth. And I mean, literally, they connected Burt Ward as fucking Robin. Yeah, they had the guy who played the newspaper guy in Keaton's Batman movie is there. They had fucking what the fuck is his name? Oh my god, I'm losing my mind, but I can't think of his name right now.
Wow, is Gotham in this universe as well?
Who's that?
Is Gotham in this universe as well?
No, that's a whole different world.
Okay.
But they got Batman the Animated Series, the guy that voices Batman.
Kevin Conroy?
Kevin Conroy was Batman in the future. They linked him into it. Like they even brought in that Fox show slash now Netflix show Lucifer. They brought in fucking Constantine from the Constantine show, who's now, I guess, part of the Legends of Tomorrow, so I guess that doesn't count. They even brought Ezra Miller as the Flash from the DCEU universe.
Oh, shit.
So they connected everything now. Now they reset it. So I don't know where I'm going with this. I was just super excited.
What's the difference? No, that was my question. I'm not familiar with how the series integrates into the into films, but apparently at first maybe they weren't planning to be together.
They
are. Now clearly they are. Well, damn. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, cool. So that's kind of exciting. Should we talk about a different comic book, which most people don't think is a comic book?
Oh, good cut. Yeah, nice reference. And a new twist on a familiar face in a comic book.
Yeah. Seth Rogen wants to remind everybody that the Ninja Turtles are in fact teenagers.
Yeah, yes, they are. That's apparently a fact that a lot of people like to kind of gleam over, or the comedy seems to kind of forget about, but it's true. It is very true.
It's always been in the name TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but they normally look and sound and act like late 20s or just full-grown adults.
Yeah, or I feel like there's kind of like a ambiguity where they're just like generally young, like they just kind of make sprightly and like smart alecky. But this is a cool. I'm excited for this kind of iteration. And by the way, this is an article from Collider that we had found, where after this interview with Seth Rogen initially about what is it, an American Pickle?
Yes.
The question was posed, where are you with Ninja Turtles, or what's going on with that film?
What's your take or whatnot?
Yeah, and his pointing out the fact that, well, they're teenagers. That's something that I think he and Mr. Goldberg,
Evan Goldberg,
will both
partner.
Yes, they are excellent at telling stories aimed at that age group. Like, why not?
They love teenage movies, and they've written Superbad's like one of the greatest teenage movies.
Yes, exactly. I think they've already displayed. No, you're backing it up, man. They have already shown us that they can handle the subject very well. They make an excellent film in that tone, and giving those two the license to do a Ninja Turtles movie would be badass. I am very curious to see what something like that would be. And we know they're capable of something kind of action oriented, or things that kind of pick up like that. And why not give them something that big? I miss.
That could be exciting, man.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. For some reason, I don't know why, but while thinking of this movie, I feel like it's been a minute since I've had something I've enjoyed like Tropic Thunder, where I want the comedy and the action and the AAA names all in the same strength. Everything is running full blast. It is really awesome to see something that big.
And I can't wait to find out who's going to be in the cast of this movie. I bet he can pull in some really cool star names.
And then how are they going to do it? Could it be a fully animated CG all the way through instead of having the mixed animation live action? Could it be some crazy animatronics? Are we going back to the suits? The fucking coolest looking shit ever. And they'd be able to make something incredible now, especially if they had a really good budget for it. It would be killer stuff.
Yeah.
So I am all pumped for that.
Yeah, and let's talk about a remake of a movie that whoever would have assumed would ever be remade.
Why would you remake something as classic as the Mel Brooks infamous film Blazing Saddles? And I don't know, this one sounds kind of awesome. I'm intrigued.
It's not only a remake, it's kind of a different spin on it. It's an animated movie with a cat who's a samurai?
Yep. That's an interesting reiteration of the story, but I feel like it's a necessary one to kind of make it work in today's world. But I'm sure it's still going to point out the things that needed to be recognized in a film like that at the time. So in this particular, excuse me,
Sorry.
No, you're all good. In this particular iteration, we're following a cat whose dream was to, or is it a cat? Actually, it's not a cat. They make a point. An up and coming wannabe sheriff gets assigned to this small town that is full of cats, and they're not sure how well they're gonna be able to handle it. I do know the title comes from a rather new company, Align Studios. Align Productions. They've it's this particular, the only reason why it's worth mentioning is out of their initial funding for their first projects, this has already taken a good chunk of the budget out, where they were planning on making projects in the $8 to $30 million range. This one's already in at $48 million of their $200 million. They were already going to spend.
Scary, but it could be a good payout. It could pay off for them.
Especially when you hear about some of the names already attached to the film that were starring in it. That sounds great, and I'm excited to hear how these people play out these characters, and then whether or not they're going to follow some of the same archetypes, the characters we've seen from the movie. But I know Michael Cera was mentioned, Samuel Jackson. Mel
Brooks himself is in this, I believe.
Mel Brooks himself should, and it's like, why shouldn't he have a voice in this?
And the fact that he's doing that
character, but
is a sign of good faith, I think.
Yeah, I feel like it's that hand changing of the guard. The acknowledging I'm willing to hand this up. Not to say it hasn't been done in the past, because I do remember the Spaceballs animated series that ran for a limited period of time. Didn't last long, but he's open to new ideas. We can still keep the genre alive. We can still keep.
And he did the same thing with the producers. That was a big Broadway smash hit, and he brought that to the theatrical theater, which is Broadway. He brought that to the big screen with the feature film.
Yes, twice. I mean, it's technically there's two versions of the movie, but as well as it had the Broadway run. It's it's an interesting idea. Blazing Samurai. I don't know if I actually said the title of the film. We didn't,
but that was great. And this article we're talking about is over at Deadline. But all this stuff you can pretty much find. We normally talk about Deadline, Movie News, Collider, Variety, Hollywood Reporter. Sorry, because we're not always citing our sources. We mean to, but we're blowing through this stuff.
Yeah, no, they deserve the recognition for where we found the information. I'm sure same place some of you folks are already checking out, but we're happy to tell them to you. We're happy to read it up
for you. Yeah.
Blazing
Samurai.
Blazing Samurai. Yeah, even the name alone, I love the East meets West, Western samurai meld stuff. Like, I love action movies that do that stuff. I like that kind of genre bending. What am I trying to say? The genre bending kind of halfway between thing when that happens, because that's always interesting. As much as I love each genre on their own, it's badass to see them together. So, and given the fact that it's animated and it's a cute looking cat they've attached into the article here, I'm kind of thinking family film. We're gonna soften some edges, but still a Mel Brooks.
Because that's what I think of when I think of Blazing Saddles. I'm like, family time. Although I remember watching it with my family as a child, but I probably didn't fathom any of what's happening.
Yep. I feel like just about every other Mel Brooks movie, I was probably watching it way too young for the first time. But that's how some of those best movie memories are made, aren't they?
For sure. So now a new version of that's going to be made and seen by everyone, and probably have toys and merchandise, and hopefully bring light to a great movie that is being remade in a way.
Yeah, and it's a fun, soft introduction for new audience members back into the catalog of Mel Brooks films, and I think that'll be a fun trip to take. I'm not afraid to say I want to go check that one out when it gets
even out. The title alone, even if I didn't, if I saw the clip art of the cat with the sword and I saw the title, I'd be like, God, that looks fucking stupid, but I need to see it. I love this title, and that cat's adorable looking.
Yep.
But now knowing the connection, I'm like, I'm fucking there. You got my $30 Disney Plus.
There you go. See?
Even though it's not a Disney movie, but yeah.
Oh, give us Star Wars. Give us Star Wars. All talking about Star Wars. Okay, now I got that.
Wow,
message out.
First week we didn't actually have a Star Wars story. That's something.
Yeah, I see. I got it in there. I got to mention. Actually, I did talk about the Old Republic movie up earlier in there too, with the hope of Revan
Keanu
being played by Keanu.
That's true.
But we'll see. That'll.
Yeah. Woo.
We can hope. Oh, I think we toasted that bread, sir.
Woo. Yeah, this toast is pretty fresh. And hopefully the future people enjoy the toast that we have supplied for them.
Speaking to you from the past.
Yes, once again, find us every Thursday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, all movie toast news and reviews, and all the socials pretty much movie_toast. And here and YouTube, movie toast news and reviews.
Got a cool little teaser for the review being posted this week. Adam and I both checked out I think a heartwarming little documentary posted to Netflix. The Speed Cubers. Oh my God. And then I forgot the name of it for a minute.
A heartwarming movie. I don't remember the title of.
I watched it today and I don't know what it is. No, The Speed Cubers on Netflix, which was just recently dropped. Adam and I both watched it this week, and that will be on the podcast episode dropping this Thursday. So
yeah, and I also have a review coming for a movie we briefly talked about today called An American Pickle, starring Seth Rogen.
Yes, I'm really pumped for that. I cannot wait to hear what you got to say about that one. So
yeah, we got so much more coming your way. Just give us a listen. Give us a review. Give us a auto download and auto subscribe. Or just whatevs. Just check us out, please.
Yeah, hit us up.
Stay safe, always, everybody.
Stay toasty.
Oh, God, we don't have theme music here. That would be great if we did.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Boom, boom. Yeah. Well, Dennis said it already.
I toasted it, yeah.
Peace.